I said, oh, you feel like that? So what you want to do?
Enemies arm themselves.
You opened your trunk, you got out a pipe.
But you're not going to threaten me on my property. So I ran to my house, and I got a knife.
He comes back out with two 10-inch butcher knives.
Then the face-off.
He took his shirt off like he wanted to fight.
He's screaming, hollering, calling me a rat.
What you are.
Do you think that helped you?
This is Judge Judy.
Mr. Nelson, when did you buy this motorcycle that's the subject of this case?
I would say, 08.
Who did you buy it from?
Elusive Motorsports in Monroe Woodbury.
Was it a 2008 motorcycle?
No,
What year motorcycle was it?
2006.
And in 2008, how much did you pay for it?
$4,500 for it.
And is this the gentleman over here in whose house you were storing it?
Yes,
And you were storing the motorcycle in his garage?
yes,
He was a friend of yours, I assume.
absolutely.
And in what month and year did you start storing it in his garage?
2018,
What month in 2018?
say going towards the winter around August, September.
September is not the winter. What month and year did he start storing his motorcycle in your house?
It was about September of last year.
And a year later, your motorcycle was still there.
Yes, ma'am.
So you hadn't driven it in a year.
No, I ride it during the summertime.
Did you ride it in 2019?
Yes, ma'am.
What months?
I try to ride it pretty much every day. I ride it to work, ride it when I get off work.
So that means you weren't storing it at his house, it was kept at his house.
Yes,
And it is your claim, sir, that this motorcycle that you paid allegedly $4,500 for in 2008 was damaged by the defendant while in your friend Mr. Robinson's garage to the tune of $5,000.
yes,
First, Mr. Nelson, let me explain to you that if you buy something, unless you buy an antique or a piece of art, cars, motorcycles, they depreciate in value. They don't appreciate in value unless this is some sort of a very unique motorcycle that also does ballet, tow, or acrobatics. It decreases in value. So if you paid $4,500 for it 11 years ago, maybe it's worth, and I'm being generous, half of that now, which is $2,200. And you're suing Mr. Harris for $5,000 because you say he knocked it over and caused damage to it.
he didn't knock it over, he slammed it over.
Whether he slammed it over, knocked it over, picked it up and threw it over, unless something that you bought 11 years ago has some sort of extraordinary something that I don't see in your papers, it doesn't appreciate in value. It depreciates in value. And you don't spend $5,000 to fix something that you could buy for $2,000. Got it?
The estimate says.
I don't care if that's the estimate that you got, sir. So you want to tell me how he knocked it over and when?
August 16th.
And?
I pulled up there after coming from work. That's where I normally keep it at. And I get in my car and go home. But this day,
Just a second. So you drive the motorcycle to work?
Yes, and I leave my car in the driveway.
Okay. So you left the car in the driveway and, go ahead.
I took the bike to work. I came back there to drop the bike off, but this day I asked Andrew if he could come outside to show him some dog scratches that were embedded in the plastic. And he came outside. We had a little conversation about it, and he was looking at it. So from that point on, I asked him if he could give me the $50 for the bike cover that the dog chewed up. That way I can take my bike out of there and we won't have no more issues.
So his dog had chewed your cover, and you said, give me the money for a bike cover and I'll get it out of here because there are dog scratches on the plastic of the bike.
Yes,
and?
ma'am.
Go ahead.
After asking a couple times, he began to get irate, saying, screaming and yelling, I don't have your money. And at that time, he started approaching me. So for my protection, I picked up something as I'm calling the police.
You picked up what?
I picked up a little pipe that I had.
A pipe?
I didn't
Where did
swing
you
it
get,
at him.
No, just a second. Where did you get the pipe from?
It was in my trunk.
Okay, so you had to go to your trunk in order...
No. My car was there. I was already at my car, in the
Okay.
back of my car.
So you were at the back of your car.
Yes.
And you opened up the trunk and you got out a pipe. And?
And I just stood there. As he walked away, I put it back in the trunk of the car where I got it from.
Okay.
As he walked away.
And did you close the trunk?
No, I left the trunk open because I knew the cops were coming. So I didn't want to
Okay.
try to hide anything.